Do you guys like hot sauce?
Love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Anything spicy. Anything spicy. It's a treat until the next morning.
What, we gotta get like what kind of what's the hottest thing you guys have ever eaten? Have you guys like a ghost pepper or anything like that? Or
I've eaten once when I was working on building sites. I went for a night out with my boss, and then we went to a curry house at the end. And I was trying to play the big man, saying, "Well, give me the hottest thing you've got." So what they did is it was the guys who worked in the restaurant. They got tiger chilies, which I believe normally they just like sort of dip them in the curries to make it hot. But they just ground them up into a paste and put it into a bowl. So I was lapping it up, and a minute later, I was in the bathroom literally crying. And that's an unforgettable moment because I've never eaten something so hot in all my life. I mean, like I say, I love spicy food, but just them tiger chilies into a paste, and it just felt like my head was going to explode. And then the next day, my stomach.
I think I like spicy food. It's just the after effects of it doesn't feel good on the stomach and the bowel movements probably.
It certainly gets a bit sensitive.
RayRoc, what's the hottest thing you've had?
All right. Well, one thing, and I should have known better. Growing up as a child, my dad literally he had an orchard, and when I say orchard, I mean we had everything. It would be easier to tell you what he didn't grow versus what he did. Anyway, there's a pepper. It's not the hottest pepper in the world, but organically grown. It's habanero pepper. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. Well, I had a job working in produce at Whole Foods, groceries, So a buddy of mine, we're the same age, but we're going back quite some time now, And we had eaten everything that they had. So we got to the habanero pepper. He goes, "You ready to do this?" I'm like, "You sure you want to do this? I mean, this, is a bit extreme." He goes, "Yeah, So anyway, we both, bite into these habanero peppers, right? We actually, it's the closest to an acid trip that we actually had to clock out of work, sit in the freezer and the refrigerated area, where you keep all the cold stuff, that's not out, for sale yet.
Yeah.
And we're drinking soy milk because they don't have regular milk there. Just to kind of, but we're back there dying laughing. After the burn passed, which I don't know that it really did. All you taste for the next week is nothing because you just burnt the living hell out of your taste buds.
That is an awesome excuse to take a break. Were you like charged for your lunch break or anything when you had to get off?
Oh yeah. We had to clock out and wait till our eyes were dilated. We were sitting in there like watching hand trails. In the freezer. Like I couldn't believe it. Literally sent us into a trip. Did you ever see Beavis and Butthead Do America when they eat them peppers and they're all tripped out? The Rob Zombie song or the White Zombie song kicks in, with all them crazy graphics.
I'm gonna be honest, I've never watched an episode of Beavis and Butthead.
It was the movie actually, but regardless, it was insane, man. So needless to say, if I'm gonna trip, it ain't gonna be via hot pepper.
But that would have been awesome if you would have got paid just for eating that.
It would have been because that really sucked losing that hour. I needed that.
I tell you right now, I love spicy food, and I basically eat it every day. But I'm embarrassed to eat it around people because there's like usually a little swimming pool underneath me after I'm done eating it. I will tell you a story about my friends. They've always been pranksters to me, right? I've always been the gullible one when it comes to like my friends in the group when we were young. So we went to a sushi restaurant, and for all those that know wasabi out there, yeah, wasabi is well, you're not supposed to eat a lot of it at once.
No.
So I've never heard of this, and my friends, we were at, they were like, "Hey, you should try some of this wasabi. It's really good. It's you'll love it. You have to take a big bite." Obviously, the dummy I am, I take the big bite of it. I immediately feel sick. I feel like I'm already going green, and I have to go to the bathroom. I'm like already puking it out. And I come back, my friends, I'm looking at
my
them like,
God.
oh, you ass.
Yeah, that's not ice cream.
No,
Okay, but yeah, that was a lesson learned. Don't take a spoonful of the stuff.
you know what, Coop? Did you ever hear the story about when Jason Newsted had first joined Metallica after Cliff died?
No, actually, no. Please.
All right, so check this out. Obviously they hazed him. Everybody knows that story about the hazing and all that. Kind of. Anyway, they're at a Chinese or Japanese, wherever they're at. They're at one of them restaurants, right? And Kirk Hammett, Metallica's lead guitarist, says to Jason, he goes, "You got to try this ice cream. It's awesome, He goes, "But I want you to snort it."
What? Snorting ice cream?
He goes, "What?" He goes, "That's just how they do it here. That's how you eat it, Little did he know it was wasabi. So he did a line of wasabi, okay? This is all documented. If people are listening, actually, Mama Rock probably already knows this story. She probably heard it a million times from me. But anyway, by the time he got through all the burning and all that, the band had left, and now there's all either Japanese or whatever Asians sitting around the table. He got left with the bill, and he just had all he sees is zeros, So they did that, left him with the bill, and bounced on him, man. Part of hazing, one of the first original hazing stories.